So we cut to a break. We come back. It's the top of the second hour. It's the start of the War Zone. We get a recap of Degeneration or In Your House Degeneration X. And Ken Shamrock is the first declarant of the Royal Rumble this year. He said after last night's main event, if he has to beat 29 of the men to get another shot at Shawn Michaels, he will do that. We are still 48 days away from the Royal Rumble. So we give it a month and a half leading up into this pay-per-view. And why that's relevant, I think the reason they spaced this out is we're 6 days away from Starcade 97. We're 6 days away from Hogan versus Sting on the other channel.
Yeah.
And it kind of feels like they're going to let that happen. And just in case WCW decides to WCW and screw it up, which they do, by the way, we're going to let it give enough room to breathe before we put our guy kind of on our pedestal and head him to our biggest show of the year.
And it's the best thing they could have done because that
hindsight, absolutely.
That was the biggest match that WCW could have done at that time, the biggest story they've ever done at the time. So it's like, let's let it breathe in case they blow it out of the water or just blow, which
just in case Sting's not tan, brother.
Yeah. In case there's not a fast count.
But we start the second hour with the WWF champion in Degeneration X. Triple H grabs the mic first, says that Sergeant Slaughter and Mrs. Slaughter aren't man enough for Triple H, which why we're still doing this, I don't know. But HBK points out that, hey, I'm the one and only Grand Slam winner in this company, obviously still the European champion at this time, and he's won every belt in the Federation. The other thing that I don't remember being a thing, China had her own merchandise at this point. She's wearing her own China shirt. All three of them sporting their own individual merchandise, trying to make a couple extra paydays here, apparently. But he pans to Owen Hart and what happened last night. And Shawn, we talked about Shawn's facial tics during this era. He keeps looking at the Titantron. Yep. Now, he's either a little vain, which is definitely true, or he's looking out for Owen Hart, which is also probably true. But he did such a good job of continuing trying to sell Owen Hart's in the building, right?
Yep.
And he says that he got rid of the giant turd that is the Hart Foundation or the Hart family. And there's always that nugget that keeps continuing to float down up to the top after you flush a turd. And that nugget is Owen Hart. And this is a moniker that kind of sticks with Owen Hart for a long time, which is very unfortunate. But he says that DX is going to be in the ring until someone flushes Owen Hart out of the locker room. And they set up a card table with a bottle of Jack Daniels, poker chips, and cards. We cut to a break, and China's suggesting that they play strip poker before we go to the break. So we go to break with DX in the ring at the top of the hour, threatening to play strip poker on live television.
Yeah. And you know what? That's okay because the next match.
Well, hold on. That's the point. Oh. You probably have the audience by the hook right now because, like, oh, I can't wait to see what happens next.
Yeah, well, there's probably those kids that think like, "Oh, is China gonna get naked?"
Well,
but
it doesn't matter who it is. Like, you probably have 2 million plus people that are going to tune back in, and you should probably keep them around.
Yeah.
And what they decide to do is the same match we've been doing for 3 months.
Yep.
We get the DOA versus Los Boricuas again. We get this match that hasn't been entertaining one time up until this point. And they basically tell us that by putting DX outside of the ring, continuing to play poker through this match. That was just a glimpse into what Analyzing Attitude has to offer. If you liked what you saw here, here's what we suggest next for you. And
if you're not down with that, we got 2 words for you.
Like and subscribe.